and welcome to the LifeWave Zoom call on Tuesday, the 11th of July. My name is Chris Hatting. I'm dialing in from a freezing cold Johannesburg, South Africa. And my co-host this evening is Javi from New Jersey, USA. But he's actually in Aruba at the moment on honeymoon. He's on honeymoon and he's taking the time out to present on Zoom with us tonight. If that's not commitment, then I don't know what. Absolutely honored to have you on the call with us this evening. And Javi has been in the business, in this industry for the last 15 years and has been part of LifeWave now for just on 1 year. I met Javi about 6 months ago. I've been part of LifeWave for 7 months. And let me tell you something, Javi, a man on a mission, a leader of note, helping us take LifeWave to levels like people have never seen before. So it's an absolute honor to be presenting together with you this evening. So without any further ado, let me open up the slideshow and let's get started. Share sound. Right, slideshow from the beginning. There we are. Right, perfect. Right, so welcome to the call this evening. For anybody that's new, that's on the call for the very first time this evening, something got your attention. You either heard the word patch or you heard the word LifeWave. What is LifeWave? LifeWave is affordable stem cell reactivation technology in the form of a patch. In a nutshell, what it does is it activates your copper peptide, which reactivates your own stem cells. So it's nothing going into your body. This works on a concept called photobiomodulation. Very big word, but you know what? Here we keep things simple. Very simple phase. It's called phototherapy. I'm going to play a very quick 2-minute clip, which is going to explain in a nutshell what this technology and science is all about.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally.
So Javi, tell us, where did this all start? How did it start?
You know, this all started, and first off, I want to just say this disclaimer. I'm so happy everyone is here. Congratulations. You could be doing anything else. You could be watching Netflix. You could be watching Hulu, or you decided to be on this call because someone saw something in you that you can be an amazing part of this momentum that we're having here. So whoever invited you today, please have an open mind and an open heart to hear the message that Chris and I are about to tell you, and just soak it all in, and you're going to understand why were you invited and why we're so excited. So going back to the presentation, LifeWave was established in 2004 in San Diego, California. We are now in 84 countries, guys, 84. And we are amongst the 50th fastest growing companies in the United States. And so, you know, that is a huge accomplishment because during the pandemic, we went from a $28 million company through a $280 million company with our upline, our business partner called Onyx Cole. She was asked to join this company. And through those 2 years, look at the growth that's happening, which now, let me change those numbers. We are over $400 million when our other business partner, Steve and Gina, the quantum field team, entered LifeWave. And we are in a big momentum role here on changing people with their physical, emotional, spiritual, and their financial health. This man right here is responsible for everything that's happening right now. I met this man over a month ago. We had dinner with him. One of the most humblest guys I've ever met. Is not an entrepreneur that takes a product to market, puts a lot of hype behind it, and gets everybody excited and ends up becoming a Me Too product. This is a patch with over 130 patents. He is the scientist and the inventor of the X39, and he's a 2-time Advanced Technology Award recipient of the International Hall of Fame. Now, that is huge. Not once, but twice. Talk about credibility, guys. Talk about credibility. A 19-year-old company. And when I heard that, I love to say stability, because we are starting this company right over again with this one patch called X39, which Chris is going to be phenomenally explain to you about it in just a second. Now, we talked about the patents. There's no competition here, folks. None. I've been in this profession 15 years. And I'm not just saying this because I'm part of LifeWave. I'm saying this because what it has done to my boy, okay? We're going to touch base on that later. It is a no competition effect here. It's not a Me Too product. You know, other companies have vitamins, weight loss product, collagen, hair products, you know, weight loss products. And then other companies have the same type of products. And it's like a big tug of war. Well, mine is better than yours, and yours is better than mine. Here, LifeWave X39, nobody has it. You cannot find that anywhere but exclusive here to LifeWave, to us brand partners, and which will be exclusive to you if you choose to decide to join this on this journey on us with Team 333 Group.
Javi, I can agree with you. The point on a patent, that is one of the biggest things that got my attention when George shared LifeWave with me, because everything I've done in my entire life, I've always had to compete against ingredients, price, or this type of thing. This is a complete league of its own. So what we'd be talking about is stem cell reactivation patches, the flagship, the new kid on the block, the X39. Now, this is factually, the fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. At the age of 30, only half your stem cells are active. At the age of 60, you lose almost all stem cell activity. So how does the X39 work? It's the holy grail of anti-aging. It's made of organic nanocrystals formulated to activate your copper peptide, which reactivates your own stem cells. So that means that there's nothing going into the body at all. In fact, it's non-invasive, non-transdermal. Now, quite interesting is the moment you see a patch, the first thing you think of, oh, it's one of these things that get absorbed through the skin, like a nicotine patch. Nope, it works on frequency, non-transdermal, hyperallergenic, and 3M medical grade adhesive. Right, so we're talking about activating your stem cells, rapid pain relief, reduced inflammation, supports wound healing, energy and vitality, mental clarity, enhances sports performance, faster recovery from exercise, and improved skin appearance. Very quickly, while we're on this slide, the mental clarity is a big one for me. When I joined LifeWave at the end of last year, I was in a complete state of burnout. I was working 14, 16 hours a day. I was tired. I was exhausted. I don't know if anybody on this call knows that feeling of foggy brain. Guess what? It is real. Foggy brain is real. And I got onto the patches. I registered on the 24th of November. 2 days later, my sleeve of X39 arrived and put the patches on. And on day 5, it felt like a veil had been lifted off my head. I had the most amazing clarity of thinking. My brain is like it was when I was 25 years old. And the rest is history. Now, okay, how do the patches work? It works on the concept of 12 hours on and 12 hours off. That's to repair and rejuvenate. Once you put the patch on, you use it for 12 hours. This is just a guideline, plus minus 12 hours. The patches are made with an efficiency of 14 to 16 hours. So if it is a bit longer than 12 hours, that's not a problem at all. This is plus minus. Where do you put the patches? You put the patch, this is where the clinical trials were done. You put the patch behind your neck or 2 fingers below your belly button. And you put a new patch on the next day. You can wear more than 1 patch at a time. I'll show you a picture shortly how that works. And most importantly, drink lots of water. This assists the patches in communicating the different frequencies through your entire body. Okay, what happens in the first couple of days? Within 24 hours, the stem cell reactivation patches start to reset 3,000 to 4,000 genes to a younger state. Now, people using the X39 patches will experience an almost immediate effect through the elevation of antioxidants, decrease in inflammation, and an increase in energy and joy. Now, this is what happens within 6 weeks. Your brain becomes balanced. Physical changes start to occur. Decreases of symptoms of PTSD, anxiety, and depression. End of last year, when I was going through that burnout, I was going into depression, and my anxiety went through the roof. And it was around about the 6-week area that my anxiety totally disappeared. Mental clarity, no more foggy brain, as I mentioned. Now, even if you don't feel the effects immediately, be rest assured the new stem cells may be regenerating an internal organ or tissue before repairing something that you feel. So you might think to yourself, I want to put the patch on and I want to get X result. Now, what's going to happen is the X39 works like a heat-seeking missile. What it does is as it goes into your body, you might have issues with your kidney or your liver or something else in your body that needs attention first before repairing something that you can feel immediately. Now, remember, each person's body is different. As I mentioned, don't forget, drink lots of water. Right, within 3 months, active stem cell repair, collagen is increased, wrinkles decrease, hair and nails grow faster. I can vouch on that one. I used to cut my nails every 2 weeks. Right now, I'm busy cutting my nails every week. It supports structural integrity of both skeletal and muscular systems. Now, your stem cells are now actively creating deep healing in your body and repairing damage caused by the aging process that now becomes continuous and accumulative. Now, what does the words continuous and accumulative mean? That means this is something that you would need to use ongoing. A person asked the other day, Chris, what if after 6 months, I'm feeling on top of the world and I feel like I don't want to use the patches anymore? You can do that. You can go off the patches, but it's not like your pain is going to come back the next day. As long as it took you to get to that optimum point, it'll take you just as long to go back to that state before using the product. Right, this is what happens within 6 months, reverse aging. Your vascular age is reduced. In fact, a recent study, 14 out of 15 people lowered the vascular age by an average of 8 years just after 6 months of using the X39. Now, how long we live is determined by the health of our stem cells. David Schmidt, our CEO, what he says, it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. David Schmidt also talks about the 90-day protocol, which is so important. As I mentioned, everybody's body is different. I was what you call one patch wonder. What does that mean? I was very lucky. I got results within 5 days. I look at my girlfriend, Lucinda. She had a lot of other internal issues in her body that she needed to deal with. And she started getting results after 7.5 weeks. So it's the case of giving the product at least 90 days to get your body up to an optimum level, because there's many different things that your stem cells need to go and do some work on. So although that's a recommendation, we have seen results in weeks, days, hours, minutes, and even seconds. Now, as I mentioned, all of our bodies are different. If there's any lack of response from the product, 9 out of 10 times, it's because of dehydration. It is vitally, vitally important to make sure that you stay hydrated. You're talking about at least minimum 2 liters of water per day. Right, then we have the website, startx39.com. Write this website down, take a screenshot, take a picture of this website. Absolutely amazing. Everything you could think of is on this website from a product point of view. That 2-minute clip that I showed you in the beginning, explaining in a nutshell how the phototherapy works, that video clip is on there. There's a more deep dive where David Schmidt talks about 18 minutes on exactly how the phototherapy works and how the concept works. Those 133 patents on the website, 82 clinical trials, you name it, and also hundreds of testimonies on the website. That's your one-stop shop. Also, the cool thing is it is translated into, I think it's like over 30 languages. All you do is you click onto the country flag and the whole website converts the language. Right, now on the testimony side, before I ask Desiree to come on, I love this quote by David Schmidt. He says, X39 is my greatest achievement. Having a product that works this quickly and provides this many benefits seems like a miracle or too good to be true, but it is simply applying the magic of the stem cells into the human body. If I look at the amount of testimonies that I've seen over the last 7 months, it is absolutely mind-blowing the difference that this product is making in people's lives. Desiree, I've asked her to quickly come on and just share in 2-3 minutes, really quick, what X39 has done for yourself and your family. Desiree, are you there?
I'm here. Hi, Chris. Hello, everybody. Thank you for inviting me this evening to discuss our testimony in the family. Can you hear me? Is it clear?
Yes, perfect. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. So you were talking about a one-day wonder. Mine was exactly 24 hours later wonder. And Joss's was 4 days later wonder. So we'll start with me. I was suffering from gallstones and kidney stones from medication that has been given to me over the years. And the gallstone got stuck in the Y branch of the kidney channel, and the pain was excruciating. So on this particular day, the doctors were talking about cutting the gallbladder out, actually. And on this particular day, Wilson phoned me to introduce the product. And I told him to go away. I'm in pain. I don't want to talk to him. Go away. Can't you see I'm in pain? Anyway, 20 minutes later, Wilson was at my door. Can he patch me? What's it at? You know, the usual question. I mean, I don't want anything in my body. I've got enough problems with the things in my body. So he explained that there's nothing transdermal. So I let him patch me. Now, I couldn't sit, I couldn't walk, I couldn't lie. I was swollen, I was yellow, I was lethargic, I was feeling very miserable. Not even a half an hour later, I managed to sit at my table talking to Wilson. 2 hours later, I'd forgotten that excruciating pain. I was still in pain, but it wasn't that excruciating pain. Exactly 24 hours later, Chris, I lie not, I passed over 20 stones.
Wow.
20 stones.
20.
I had been struggling since November.
Since November, holy moly.
November.
Wow.
And
wow.
Yes, I was on medication, and yes, these things were exacerbating the problem, actually. What finally happened is it seems as if it was inflammation, and I was able to relax, and yeah, my body just worked. It was amazing that when you were saying your body knows where the stem cells need to go, my body knew that it had to solve this particular problem, and exactly 24 hours later. Anyway, I bought him in immediately, and I got my product, and 4 days later, no, the next day, I started patching my husband, Joss. Joss has been diagnosed with Parkinson's since 2017, but we think he had it prior to that without our realizing what it was. And he was deteriorating at a huge rate. We were looking for wheelchairs. We were looking for people to help us look after him. He was moody, difficult, bolshy, angry. Of course, I'd be angry. He'd lost a huge amount of weight. He went from a size 38 to a size 32.
Sure.
He had a problem with his leg. He had a like a corn or whatever under his foot. And it was incredibly painful. So to do anything, and he was depressed, of course, and that foggy brain that you were talking about, he was living in that, but his was really bad. Didn't want to get out of bed. Anyway, cut long story short, I looked up at him and I said to him, okay, we're patching you. And I wasn't patching him for the foggy brain. I was patching him because his right arm was shaking so badly that it was becoming painful, because it was shaking at night as well. And his leg was also shaking on the right-hand side. So I'm shaking him, I'm patching him for the shaking arm, and nothing happened. And I'm like, oh my word, you know, I had 24 hours and I'm like, oh my word, you know, what else can I do? So I come into work, I live in where I work, and I walk into my office and I sit down, and about 10 minutes later, Joss walks through the door. And Chris, it was like a veil that lifted.
Yeah.
And there was my husband. The life was in his eyes. I can't explain it to you. The man that was lost was right back in his eyes. I could feel him. I could see him. I could communicate with him. He like was in shock. Suddenly he was aware of his surroundings as such. It has changed our lives. And yes, we have good days, we have bad days, of course we do, but everybody does. And I just want to say that I'm very grateful to Wilson for actually introducing me to this fantastic product. And then, of course, Kenneth, who's handicapped, autism, brain damage, etc., physical disabilities as well. He walked into the room and he said, I also want to be patched. So we patched Kenneth as well. Now, Kenneth started balding at 19, I think, 19 or 20 years old. So he had his big bald patch, which he was very wary about. And his hair started growing. So the change in our family is just, I can't even explain it. It's just amazing. And just thank you very much. And I'm hoping that sharing this story will give hope to other people with Alzheimer's or any mental or physical or psychological problem. And we just need to keep patching. That's all I can say. Thank you, Chris.
Desiree, thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time out this evening. Like you say, it's done so much for your family. It's beautiful. Actually, got a lump in my throat when you were talking about Joss, because I've met him a few times. Absolutely amazing. Thank you, Desiree. Thank you. Thank you. Right.
Pleasure. Thank you, Chris.
Okay, so that's kind of like one of the hundreds of stories of what this product is doing for people. It's giving people their lives back. That is what it's doing in a nutshell. So very quickly, a couple of pictures. You've heard the saying, a picture speaks 1,000 words. This is a topography map. Topography map measures inflammation. So when you see red, this is inflammation of the brain. Red means inflammation. This was a study done with 12 participants between the age of 50 and 80 years old. This is a P3 EEG brain mapping machine. Look at the very first picture. Look at the amount of red and swelling. 3 weeks later, look at that picture, and then look at that after 6 weeks, how the swelling and inflammation completely disappeared. Here's some more pictures of a person's back before and after, a person's hands. Now, this is after only 30 minutes of putting the X39 onto the body. As I mentioned earlier on, the X39, where you put the patches is back at the neck or below the belly button, but you can actually put the patch in a pain area. So if a person's got arthritis, as an example, on the hands, you can actually put the X39 patch on the top of the hands. The patches also work for animals. A lot of people are using it for horses, their dogs, their cats, their pets, with very, very good results. Here's before and after what the patches have done after 1 year. No need to spend money on expensive facelifts. We're talking about healing from the inside out. This is after 1 year. This is after 45 days on the X39. Here's another picture, 1 year after being on the X39. 9 weeks. Look at the clearing of this lady's face. This is 5 months. This is 3 months, a disease called vitiligo. Bell's palsy after 3 months. Scar tissue repair after 7 weeks. Remember, I mentioned earlier on, you can wear more than one patch at a time. If you look at this gentleman's head, he's got a patch on his forehead and both of his cheeks. And you can have a look at the way this man's face is completely transformed after only 7 weeks. Here's another one, X39 after just 21 days. X39 after 5 days. This guy fell off a snowboard. Look at the way his face is recovered after only 5 days. Psoriasis after 10 days. Scar healing. This is after only 12 days, which we're talking about healing from the inside out. This is a young person, finger chopped off, sewn back on. Look at the repair after only 21 days. Hair. Desiree was talking about Kenneth, her son. I remember when I met Kenneth first time, he was bald on the top of his head. I saw him the other day. I could not believe the amount of hair that he's got on his head. So I've actually seen that, not with Kenneth, with probably about 5 or 6 people, how the hair growth, absolutely phenomenal. Another picture, 6 weeks after being on X39. Check out this picture after 3 months. I don't know, maybe this guy was wearing 5 X39 patches, but this is like next level. Then we have athletes on patches. Michael Phelps, gold medalist swimmer in 2004. The whole USA Olympic team was on the patches. Serena Williams, tennis player. David Beckham, football player. Lorenzo Salvadori, he's a superbike, motorbike championship rider. If you notice, he's got the X39 on his forehead. The reason for this, it helps him with his concentration. Now, when you're doing 200 miles an hour or 360 kilometers an hour on a motorbike, you've got to be concentrating. Now, I want to talk about Michael Phelps with the Olympic gold medal swimmers. In 2004, David Schmidt found himself sitting in front of the Olympic team, patching the Olympic team. And I'm going to play a quick 2-minute clip where David Schmidt himself talks about the journey on how LifeWave got from there to where we are today.
When I started LifeWave and was doing an evaluation of how to market this, I was thinking about radio and TV. I approached GNC, who wanted to market the product, looked at infomercials and talked to companies about doing that. We did some testing. And I had an experience where a fellow that was a business friend introduced me to somebody. We had a business lunch, and then he ran into somebody in a movie theater who was interested in investing in LifeWave. I met with that guy, and then he introduced me to a medical doctor who introduced me to another medical doctor who was friends with Coach Richard Quick at Stanford University. So in about a 3-week period of time, I went from sitting at a lunch in Beaufort to being out at Stanford University putting patches on Olympic swimmers with Richard Quick, a 6-time US Olympic coach. And when I really thought about that, I said, this would never have happened with the product sitting on the shelf at GNC. Would never happen. Yeah. This is all networking. I need to go back and reevaluate this. And so in July of 2004, I flew out to California. I was invited there by Coach Quick to see the Olympic trials. And when I landed, he said, well, we have an issue. The Olympic Committee thinks that there's drugs in these patches, and they want you to, explain what the technology is. So I met with this fellow, Dr. Scott Rodeo, explained what the patches were. They took them down to UCLA Microanalytical Lab, validated, there were only natural materials in the patches, and we were vindicated. But over 1,000 people contacted me wanting to buy the product and be a distributor for this new technology. And I was like, okay, the alarm bells went off. Clearly, what God is telling me, this is supposed to be a network marketing company. And 3 months later, on November 10th of 2004, we started sales. We did $500,000 in business our very first month, and 17 million in sales for 2005. So it was a very, very clear sign this was where our home was supposed to be.
Wow, that's cool. It's funny because Steve, Jean, and I often talk about you don't know who your friends know. Like, I was introduced to this patch from a girlfriend of mine named Kathy, and Kathy was introduced to this patch from a chimney sweep. But, you know, the chimney sweep had no idea that Kathy was good friends with Onyx Cole. And so that's true for all of us. When you all are introducing the X39 to people, you don't know who your friends know. So
When
Javi, you mentioned that you met David for the first time about a month ago. Javi? Where's Javi disappeared to? Sorry. Javi?
Can you hear me? Can you
Oh,
hear
there
me
we
now?
go. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
great.
So
Kind of muted
you said,
myself. Yes, I met him about almost a month and a half ago in Florida. And I think I mentioned that earlier. He's the most humblest man I've ever met in this whole profession. He is not an entrepreneur that takes a product to market, put a lot of hype behind it. He put a lot of thought and a lot of love in this product. He utterly cares for his brand partners, for us to win with his reliable product. Guy's amazing. And what the ideas that he had, what he's going to create, is going to be announced in October as X39 on steroids. I cannot talk about it. I signed an NDA, so I am forced to be quiet. So we're all going to have to wait in October. We're talking about X39 hitting it out the park, what's going to happen. So put your seatbelts on, because if you felt like the X39 is doing something now, wait till what's going to happen later on. So keep patching and keep smiling, for sure.
my word, now that's going to give me insomnia from excitement. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. Now,
When
guys,
he
if
told
you
us
look
about it, I was like this. Whoa.
Wow, I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Now, this man is an absolute genius. I cannot wait one day to meet him. And you know, take a guess how old this man is. He's 60. Does he look 60 to you? Not a chance. Okay, he probably patches like a Dalmatian every day, I'm sure. Then you know, talking about endorsing of stem cells, endorsing of the industry. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry that we are entering. We've all heard of Tony Robbins. He's a motivational trainer. He's been on the circuit for over 30 years now. And he published this book beginning of last year called Life Force. It's his new book. And in his book, he talks about stem cell therapy and peptide therapy. Now, he personally endorses it because he had results literally overnight with the traditional stem cell injections. Now, stem cell injections are hellishly expensive. And now this is coming from not a multimillionaire, he's probably a billionaire. And if he's saying that traditional expensive injections are expensive, yeah, well, we got Javi. Javi, maybe you can just share with us how expensive stem cell injections are.
Ridiculously expensive. Now, we went not once, twice internationally to inject our son cell. Our son has autism. Autism is inflammation in the brain. The brain body disconnects. The mind says one thing, the body does another. So there was that total disconnection. So as a parent, you're going to do whatever it takes to give my child or your child a better quality of life. It's not going to cure his autism, but all we wanted for him to have is a better quality of life. And going those 2 times and spending over $8,000 each time to go out there, the results are not what we expected. In fact, there were very minimal. And, you know, Mike Hernandez, who was my sponsor, who was all our upline, came out of retirement and said, hey, I got my hands on something. And it's a passive rejuvenation stem cell. Now, we were educated that we had to get injected with stem cell. We took a chance. We took a risk. And with that small patch the size of a quarter, did everything to our son. Everything. This little boy right here, Alex, Okay, he couldn't swing on a swing. Okay, he could not ride a bike. Sit down. He couldn't ride a bike. That patch helped him do it. Say hi to my friends.
Bleh.
Say hi.
Bleh.
You know, and you know,
Thanks.
go play. He could not do it, folks. A small patch within 2 weeks. We were looking outside and we having some great momentum on the swing. And we went outside and we were like, could have been the patches? We thought his brothers was pushing him, but no, it was the patches. 3 weeks later, he started pointing at the Peloton. He started riding the Peloton. Since that day, we hit the ground running and we never stopped. We patched everybody. You look at us, you're gonna get patched. You speak with us, you're gonna get patched. I'm gonna hug you, I'm gonna patch you. You know, something's going to happen. And if it could do this to my boy, it can do this to everybody else. You just gotta let Chris say, you gotta let the patch do the work. Let the patch do the work. And we patch people, we stay and we smile because something. I think Chris is frozen. Uh-oh.
I think you frozen there, Javi. Oh, there we go.
No, I'm good.
Are you good?
I'm good.
I thought it was you.
Okay. You heard everything I said? Did you get everything I said?
Yes. Yeah, heard everything you said.
Okay, good.
Awesome. No, thanks for that. Yeah, talking about the pricing, my goodness, that's a big difference. Say you were talking about $8,000 a pop. Here we're talking about a lot less money, but I'll get into that now. Okay, so I've been talking quite a lot this evening about the flagship product, the X39. Like I said, this is your holy grail. This is your heat-seeking missile that just goes and resets all of your stem cells. Right. As you know, LifeWave started 19 years ago. X39 is just under 4 years old now. But there were a couple of products beforehand to get us up to this point now. So the first product, or some of the other products, the supportive ones, there's one for sport. There's one for extreme levels of pain. We have the sleepy patch, the ones for extra levels of stress, stamina, immune system, weight hormones, energy, mood, animals, and skin. So there we go. That's the full product range. All right. So now you're probably asking yourself, oh my goodness gracious, what do these cost? Javi was talking about thousands of dollars. Nowhere near that. The retail price for X39 and X49 is $149 for a full sleeve. That's 30 patches in a sleeve. And the other supportive products are $79. So one sleeve is a full month's supply. And then whichever country you're in, it's your country tax and obviously delivery. Now, why would you want to pay retail price when you can actually register as easy as 123 and you can actually become a member of LifeWave? The moment you register and become a member of LifeWave, you then get the product at wholesale price, which is only $99 for a sleeve of X39, and the other products are only between $49 and $69. As I mentioned, one sleeve, 1 month's supply, plus your country tax and delivery. All right, so there are 5 different ways that you can actually register and become a member of LifeWave. The first enrollment kit is what we call the bronze kit. That's the entry kit, which is $125. And that gives you one sleeve of X39. And that includes a once-off registration fee of $25. But you're saving $25 right off the bat on the retail price immediately. And then your ongoing orders are only between $49 and $99. Then we have the silver kit. The silver kit is $300. That gives you 3 sleeves of X39, or you can mix and match. So if you've got 3 sleeves of X39 and you decide you want to take one of the X39s off, you can then replace it with 2 of the supportive products. And the cool thing is, at the silver kit, that waivers your $25 enrollment fee. And then you're buying it wholesale price immediately. And then your ongoing orders are $49 to $99. Then we've got the gold kit, which is $500. That gives you 5.5 sleeves of X39. So you're probably thinking, okay, Chris, how do you get to 5.5 sleeves? Do they ship it with you and then they cut one of the envelopes in half? No, You get the 5 sleeves of X39, and then you actually get a free supplementary product that is the extra half. Also waives the enrollment fee of $25. You buy it wholesale, and then your ongoing orders are $49 to $99. And we've got the platinum kit that is $1,000, gives you 12 sleeves of X39. Also waives the enrollment fee, buy at wholesale price immediately. Your order is $49 to $99. And then lastly, we have the diamond kit, which is $1,600. That gives you 19 sleeves of X39, no enrollment fee, buying at wholesale price. But the cool thing is, at diamond, as you register diamond, you're then getting the X39 at a wholesale price of only $84. So here's a snapshot of the enrollment kits. You can take a screenshot, take a photo of this. Those are the 5 kits that you can join at. Now, the cool thing is, with LifeWave, you can upgrade your kit at any given time, and you're only paying the difference. Now, in this industry, the industry norm is if you register at a certain kit, that is your kit. And if you decide you want to go to a higher kit, whatever that kit costs is exactly what you're going to have to pay. The difference with LifeWave, which is very unique in another way, say hypothetically speaking, you join at silver, $300, and 2 weeks later you go, oh, I should have joined at gold because you want to get a product to a family member or something like that. It doesn't mean that you now have to register at gold at $500. Because you already registered at $300, you only pay in the difference. You pay the difference. So you actually upgrade from kit to kit. So you only pay the difference of $200 and you get the difference in product. A lot of people do this. They join at a certain level, and then every month you can upgrade to the next level. Javi, sum it up of the rocket ship that we are sitting on ready for launch.
It's the fire is on the bottom, just rumbling, bro. Rumbling. The rocket is about to take off, and a lot of people are coming on this rocket because not only because it's a 19-year-old company, and we call it a 19-year-old startup company. The growth, Chris, the growth within the last 2 years, and the growth within the last year when Quantum Field finally got involved in this business, from 20 million to 280 to over 400, over 84 countries. For me, that spells opportunity. And when I got into this company and I saw that, I was like, wow, we can actually call it home. It's an entrepreneur's dream come true, man. And it was mine. 15 years. I've been this is literally my second company, and established company, like you says here, is cutting edge technology, 133 patents. We are protected big time. No competition. None at all. You're not going to find this product anywhere. In a gas station, in Walmart, in Costco's. You're not going to find it. You're only going to find it here in LifeWave. Are we in the right place, Chris? Yep. Are we in the right time, Lucinda? Absolutely. Do we have the right product? For sure, Desiree. Our testimonial was on point. And that's what we wake up to every day, Chris, to those messages, to those text messages, to those voice messages, to those videos every single day. We wake up to that. I wake up with a smile knowing that I'm going to get another phone call. I wake up with a smile knowing I'm going to get another text. I wake up with a smile because I help people with their financial health as well, what we're going to talk about.
Awesome. It's absolutely mind-blowing. We are changing people's lives one patch at a time, one patch at a time. I'm going to play a very quick 6-minute video clip, which is basically going to encompass everything that Javi and I were talking about now. It'll show you the rocket ship that we're sitting on now.
It's not too often that an opportunity comes along that puts you in the right place at the right time with the right product. But that's exactly where you find yourself as you discover the power of LifeWave technology and the opportunity it represents for you. Our mission? To share products with the world that enhance the health, wellness, beauty, and longevity of every person we encounter. If that resonates with you, take a moment and imagine. Have you heard about the billions being spent in the race to cash in on the promise of stem cells? We're told the possibilities in the future for improving our health and wellness using stem cell science from Big Pharma are huge. But what if the future was now? What if you could be perfectly positioned to take advantage of the stem cell revolution today? Partnering with an established company with proven technology, using a business distribution system that puts you in the driver's seat now. Too good to be true? Absolutely not.
It's what the world wants. We don't want drugs. We don't want injections. We don't want surgery.
I've never seen anything like this in 21 years of being a doctor, anything coming close to doing what this technology does for people.
This is a pivotal moment in alternative medicine and in the future of technology and healing and helping people.
Stem cells are the future. As a wellness company, we needed to be part of the stem cell revolution. And with X39, that's exactly what's happened.
That's David Schmidt, LifeWave's founder, CEO, and inventor of X39, his latest breakthrough in what is wearable, virtually weightless technology.
I'm now 50 years old and I feel like 30 years.
In 2 days, X39, my knee pain was really gone.
It's a really fun thing to share with people because everybody is amazed by it.
What does X39 do? It harnesses light to elevate a copper peptide proven to activate stem cells.
We're bringing regenerative science to everyone, and we're doing it safely and inexpensively and with extraordinary benefits. So this is why we have such an advantage in the marketplace and what makes our opportunity for our business builders so enormous.
This is cutting-edge science with no competition that's safe, affordable, non-invasive, and drug-free. We have an X39 video that tells you all about the science, so be sure to watch it. But with over 80 clinical studies behind it and multiple worldwide patents protecting it, the science is settled.
It's a game changer. There is absolutely no competition.
You're not going to be able to find this in any other different company.
So where do you come in? Our distribution model is network marketing, an industry that approaches $200 billion a year in sales worldwide. People telling people about products and building teams of team builders that accelerate that word of mouth. It's big business, and LifeWave is growing fast within it.
It's very unusual that you would have cutting-edge science make its way into network marketing. But as it turns out, because our products produce immediate effects, immediate benefits, sharing the product face-to-face makes it the ideal way to share the technology.
The only thing you have to do is go out and share it with people. That's it.
You don't have to be a medical doctor like me. Everybody can do this.
You try the patch and you love it.
The reaction that people give us is like, wow.
With warehouses now in multiple countries, distribution in over 100, and the capability to manufacture millions of units per month already in place, LifeWave is ready for you. Just think about who you know and all the people they know that would like more energy without the buzz, to reduce or eliminate pain, to sleep better, all without drugs, to look and feel younger without risky procedures. The list of benefits using our products is long. The market's vast. Are you starting to get the idea here? You're on the threshold of something significant. I mean, think about it. This is an opportunity with global reach where there's help and support alongside you every step of the way, and it's all fueled by a science that has no competition. As a member, you have an incredible array of marketing support, training, and business services that allow you to focus on what's important, spreading the word about LifeWave and helping us expand.
The growth in the future is going to be fast because of X39.
Once you learn about the X39 and you see what it's doing for people, for me, I feel like it's an obligation to share it.
Today, more and more people are really looking for solutions for a better lifestyle.
Everybody wants to look younger, everybody needs more sleep, wants to have more energy, wants to get rid of pain.
And LifeWave is fun because you're making a difference in people's lives. It's not a little difference, it's a big difference.
LifeWave gave my children their mother back. When you're able to move someone's health as much as we can with LifeWave, see what change that make into people's life, that's amazing. It is. You can literally change someone's life. And I love that.
So there you have it. Look, whatever you want, however high your goals, however big your dreams, it's all possible with LifeWave. So be sure to get back to the person who suggested you watch this video and get started today. Try X39 or one of our other fantastic products so you can learn for yourself what all the excitement is about when it comes to LifeWave. Whatever you do, though, be sure to get started today because the clock is ticking. The time is now. You don't want to miss out. We're building LifeWave to $1 billion company. Let's do it together.
Yo, did you hear that? That was a million with a B. Billion. We're talking about $1 billion turnover in 2025. That's what they're projecting. Guys, that is another level. We are at the beginning of something that is ready to go through the roof. Javi, what would an extra $500 a month do in a household in the USA?
Let me tell you something. $500 extra a month avoids people from foreclosing on their homes out here in the United States. A lot of people who are getting involved out in the United States is because of that opportunity, knowing that there's another stream of income that can help them. And they say, wait a minute, all I have to do is this. All I have to do is pat somebody with this reliable, effective product and see what happens. Absolutely. You know, so this presentation, this is one of the reasons why we say have an open mind and an open heart to hear it, because it can change your life if you decide to do it. Everything in life is a decision. 15 years ago, I just made the decision and it got me to where I am today because of network marketing and the people who I'm involved with, because people do business with people who they know, like, and trust. Okay, you just can't do this with everyone, but the culture on this team is bar none the best that I have encountered in the last 15 years in my whole career in network marketing. This presentation can mean everything or it can mean nothing. It's up to you. And the question is, are you serious about your dream? Lots of people, their dreams are stuck because of they don't have the time or they don't have the resources or they don't trust these people to get involved with them because they don't know them very well or they don't know their culture and what they're trying to implement on people's lives, because we are in the people business. What other options do you have? I had none. Good things come into people's lives when it's inconvenient. Okay, do you want to be pain free or financially free? You know, I always say, you know, it's like a seesaw. Yes or no? Yes or no? I chose yes. You know, and all the leaders here, and I'm going to name some: George Kaduri, Lucinda, Desiree. You know, if I'm missing people, so many people here, Kenneth, you know, Alistair, you know, all these people that are here have made the commitment, Sandy Feast, to say yes and to tell the world, and they're figuring it out later. And they say to Javi, you know what, there's nothing for me to figure out because my life has changed within the last 3 months. You know, whether it's $500 a month, whether it's $500 a week, okay? And either way, financially, it's helping people. Either way, Chris. And that puts so much joy in my heart. It's the reason why I'm here, because the look on people's faces to say thank you. I can finally take my wife out on a date. I can finally do groceries without worrying about having to borrow from Pierre and to pay Paul. You know, I can finally do whatever I want in my life because I said yes.
Oh, completely. The difference that this is making people's lives, like you say, an extra $500 a month, what they can do to a person's life. And all it is talking to people about the patches. We're talking about pain-free, we're talking about a healthy lifestyle, and we're talking about becoming financially free. And what I love about LifeWave is that let the patch do the work. You've all heard the saying before, the proof is in the pudding. Yeah, at LifeWave, we say the proof is in the patch. The proof is in the patch. And there is a really lucrative marketing plan. We won't go into major detail with it tonight, but get back to the person who invited you onto this call. And this is a network marketing program that works on I love the magic word, I'm just going to say it, is a binary system. The most beautiful binary system I've ever seen in my entire life, that is basically unlimited. What you put in is in direct proportion to what you are going to get out. And what's so beautiful about this is you are in business for yourself, but not by yourself. You have an amazing support structure, support team. And we are presenting tomorrow night, exactly the same time, Thursday night, same time, and Friday night, same time, myself and Javi. We are here to serve you. We're here to do the presentation on your behalf. So what you can do is, if you're new on the call, you know, you're interested in getting involved in LifeWave, all you do is just tell people you've come across something absolutely amazing, invite them onto a Zoom call, say as little as possible, get a person onto a Zoom call and let us present on your behalf. Just present on your behalf. I see that, Javi, should we let Mark quickly say something? I can see Mark is dying to say something. He's a person that has just joined, and he is as excited as anything. You know what?
He can't sit down. He can't sit still. He
The
has to say
smile on
it.
his face. I can't help it. I'm like, I've got to unmute this
you know
man.
what? Before we put Mark on, this is the reason why we do this. He can't compose himself because he wants to say the news is happening here.
Do you know why? Because I'm 68 3/4, but I feel like I'm 29. Now, let me just net this out. I could talk about my story. I healed myself from stage 2 lymphoma cancer by cleansing, and I got on the patches because I wanted to shrink those dozen tumors. One testimonial, the woman shrank them 50% in 30 days. Well, I get on the patches 6 weeks, Thursday or 7 weeks. And yes, I'm finishing the cleansing, but my vision is steadily improving. And I drove the last few days without glasses, and I've worn glasses since I was 29 years old. But I need to give an update on my friend Tommy. Stenosis of the spine, 32 surgeries, been ill 40 years. Thursday, 6 weeks on the patches. He's off insulin after 20 years. He's off oxygen. He's out of the wheelchair after 7 years. And Saturday, he called me, says, I said, what are you doing, Tommy? He said, I'm planting a garden. I said, you mean like you're in a wheelchair, walker, cane? He said, no, I'm down in the dirt digging and planting. He says, Mark, I can't believe this new life I have. And he wanted to thank me. I said, Tommy, don't thank me. All I did was share with you what I've done to heal myself. You're doing the work. You're doing the healing. And all he wants to do is thank all of those friends that have been there for him. I said, Tommy, you do your healing and they're going to flock to you. And he is my gold member brand partner. And I'm signing up people every day now instead of every few days. And I wanted to share, I've been on 7 weeks Thursday, and I put in my bank account, I hate to say this, but a couple of grand. And it's like, oh my gosh, this helps a lot. So anyway, my sister is about to sign up the whole Houston Fire Department because my brother-in-law is a retired firefighter, and she works at the DPS, Department of Public Safety. She's about to sign up all the state troopers because one she signed up had been shot, had been injured, and he's healing. And I'm like, well, let's sign up for our governor who's in a wheelchair. I got to figure out how to get to him. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that. And Chris, I love you. And Javi, I love you. And George. And this has changed my life and changing lives around me. And I smile every day. And I just say, don't thank me. You're doing the work. All I'm doing is introducing you to something that is amazing.
Mark, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just knew it. When I saw your face and your hand jumping up like that, I knew people needed to hear what you had to say.
And
touched my
this
heart.
is not, that's not a blueberry stain. That is dark hair growing in. And salt and pepper now instead of all white. I'll be 69 in 2 months. And if I'm going to get this hair back, and I'm going to my 50th reunion later this month, I'm bringing patches, and my friend Tommy is going to walk in. And by the way, Saturday he picked up a guitar and he said, Mark, my arthritis has disappeared. I can play again.
Wow, Mark, we need to talk. I need your testimonies.
Tommy is my poster child.
Oh, thank you, Mark. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, what happened? Okay, cool. Mark, thank you so much. Javi, thank you so much for awesome presentation tonight. Thank you to all the new people that took time out. And Desiree, thank you so much for your beautiful testimony this evening. Javi, same place, same time tomorrow.
Everybody can invite one more person tomorrow. We're doing this every day because we want to see people win. Invite one more person. You never know who you're sponsoring. You never know whose life you're changing. And we're doing this right here every day, 2 o'clock Eastern and whatever time zone you're in. Chris, I and George and all the leaders here, we're on a mission. And our mission is to help people win. Until then, hasta mañana.
Good night, everybody. Good night. God bless. Love you all. See you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.